Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Happy Monday. It's December 5th. Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. I'm Aaron Mays. I represent District 3. On my left is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1. And on my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, representing District 2. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Madam Clerk, first item, please.
Item 3, consent agenda.
A small consent agenda today with only 2 items. If there's no questions, I would move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk. Number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Okay, vouchers of interest under appraiser, Keller Craig and Associates, $15,000 is for capitalization rate study. Under detention facilities, Meridian Roofing Solutions, $136,480 is for Phase 2 of roof replacement. Under equipment funds, KBS Constructors, Inc., $41,545.01 is for renovation of courtrooms 308 and 312. Under general expenses, Meridian Roofing Solutions, $157,503 is for final payment of roof repairs to Stormont Vale Event Center. Under Park Administration, Civic Plus, Inc., $50,000 is for annual Civic Rec software renewal. Total vouchers as of December 2nd, 2022 is $1,780,687.00. If there's no questions or comments, I would move for approval of the vouchers.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Number 2, consider correction orders.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item.
Number 3, public hearing and consider approval of resolution number 2022-99, exempting certain property owned by Torgerson Electric Company, Inc. from ad valorem taxation for economic development purposes.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Krause, Shawnee County Councilor. Ashley Biegert, Assistant County Councilor, is the chair of the Administrative Review Committee. Would normally present this item, but she's unable to make it this morning. So I'm going to use her notes and present this item. First, some brief information about what this exemption applies to, and at the end of my presentation, we'll need to hold a public hearing on whether to approve the resolution that's provided in the packet. First of all, as previously reported to you on November 7th, the Administrative Review Committee has reviewed the application of Torgerson Electric. The application is for their new facility to be constructed at the northeast corner of 14th Street and Saline. Construction of the facility is anticipated to be complete in December of 2023, approximately a year from now. Torgerson reported that with the new facility, they will be able to expand their manufacturing capability 3 to 4 times, as well as their storage capacity. And along with this expansion, Torgerson projected the addition of 40 new jobs, 8 per year over the course of the first 5 years. The committee met, recommended to you that Torgerson be granted a 100% 10-year tax exemption conditioned upon the applicant's fulfillment of their employment projections. That means that the committee proposed a proportional percentage reduction option if the projected positions are not achieved or maintained. And what that does is prevent there from being an all or nothing exemption just because of one job loss or one job that was not created as promised. Instead, it'll be a proportional reduction. So in your materials is a resolution that has been drafted and shared with Torgerson to represent the tax exemption. Of note in the resolution is that the exemption is to be in effect from years 2024 through 2033. The law requires that the exemption start after the year following the completion of the facility, which is slated for next December. The tax abatement, as discussed, will be in the amount of 100%. Other notable eligibility requirements include that the ownership must remain the same, and that, as with any exemption, Torgerson must apply each year to have the exemption renewed to make sure that they've created and maintained the positions that they've promised. They also are required, this is a two-step process, they're required to take this resolution to BODA and also obtain approval from BODA on the proposed resolution. So we're ready to hold a public hearing. Eric Duncan with Torgerson is here also to answer any questions that you might have about the project or the exemption. Thank you.
Okay. So the appropriate motion would be to open a public hearing.
Yes.
So I will make that motion.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. We are now in a public hearing. Is there anyone wishing to speak on the matter? Either for or against? Any questions or comments from either of you?
I might just note on page 2 of the economic impact, of the administrative review report, it just outlines, again, it's in other places as well, Torgerson is required to add at least 8 full-time positions in each of the first 5 years. So this would be a total of 40 additional new jobs for Shawnee County, in addition to the capital improvement of their facility. So.
Correct. Any other questions?
I don't have any.
All right, then I will make a motion that we close the public hearing and approve the item.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. All right, great. Next item, please.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Yep, thank you.
Item B, Public Works, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C 363 2022 with SBB Engineering LLC to provide professional design and construction engineering services for a road reconstruction project, Northwest 46 between Fielding and Rochester Roads, at a total lump sum cost of $685,592. This contract will be 100% funded from the 2017-2031 countywide sales tax program.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kurt Niehaus, Director of Public Works. Back on October 11th, the Professional Services Committee met. We looked at the 4 proposals, and the committee decided that SBB Engineering LLC was the firm to move forward with design plans and to provide construction engineering services on our first sales tax project, 46th Street, Northwest 46th Street, between approximately Fielding Road and Rochester Road. Again, the contract amount is approximately $685,000. Again, this covers design and construction engineering. And with that, I look forward to your questions.
Questions for Kurt?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kurt, this is going to be a pretty monumentous undertaking for North Shawnee County. And again, I hope that we're making sure that the residents know that this is coming, and that, again, there's going to be a lot of people. I know there's always going to be people that say, where did this come from? But we're taking the roadway from a 2-lane and then adding how much?
We'll have a single through lane in each direction. We'll have a center turn lane, I like to call it chicken lane. At the appropriate intersections, we'll have a dedicated right turn lane. We'll have a 5-foot or 6-foot sidewalk on one side of the road. We'll have a 10-foot multi-use path on the other side of the road. The bridge can accommodate, we have a substantial bridge on 46th Street over Half Day Creek. We can accommodate the 6-foot sidewalk on that bridge along with the three lanes, traffic lanes. But we'll have to build a separate pedestrian bridge. But nevertheless, we plan, as part of this contract, it includes some public involvement aspects. So I'm confident that we will be able to keep the public informed, probably most importantly on this job in relation to access. I mean, we're always going to allow people to access their property. The concern here is there'll be certain phases at certain times of the year where we'll have to close the road or we'll have to close an intersection. That is what I hope we keep the public informed so that they can plan accordingly.
When do we start on this project?
Construction will probably start no earlier than early 2025.
Okay. And then how long is the project slated to take?
Well, I've been told that there's a possibility that we could complete the project in 1 year. I'm extremely skeptical in relation to that statement, so I'm going to guess conservatively 2 years.
All right. And then this is being funded through the half-cent sales tax?
Correct, half-cent sales tax. The project budget as originally developed was $9.3 million. I believe we'll need a little bit more than that.
Okay.
Kurt, am I accurate in saying this is gonna be more kind of it'll look very similar to what's there further to the west now?
Yes.
It's gonna just continue it further east, right?
Very much so. Now, one thing we won't be able to afford is we will not be able to afford curb and gutter for the full length of the project. Again, 9.3 million, I already know the project cannot afford curb and gutter for the full length, but a third of the project, approximately a third of the project, will have curb and gutter. Now, without curb and gutter on significant lengths of the project, I do have a concern about controlling speeds in that segment of Northwest 46th Street. And there may be some strategies that we can employ on the project to help control speeds. It might involve a roundabout somewhere between Rochester and Fielding. I mean, at this point, I'm not promising anything, I'm just throwing out ideas.
Okay.
Kurt, will we be putting all the stormwater underground?
For a portion of the project, we will. Again, that'll be the portion that has curb and gutter.
Okay.
The portion where we will not provide curb and gutter, we will have open ditches. There's a plus and minus to that. The plus to open ditches is it makes the KDHE folks happy because you got water going in a ditch and then you have a natural channel that tends to filter the water before it ends a stream body. From a negative standpoint, with no curb and gutter, you have shoulders. It extends the project footprint further out away from the center line of the job. So there's pluses and minuses with each.
But today's contract is to hire the firm that's going to be doing the engineering and designing of this.
Design and ultimately the inspection, yes, sir.
I'm gonna answer all those questions.
Okay.
All right.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. Next item.
Item C, Register of Deeds, number 1, consider approval of request to reclassify an administrative specialist position to an office manager position with an annual salary including benefits of $59,152.23.
Good morning, Commissioners. Becky Neosy, Register of Deeds. Due to an upcoming retirement, sadly, we're taking this opportunity to realign some of the responsibilities in our office. And so by changing this to an Office Manager 1, this new position will have supervisory as well as management responsibilities. So that's why, working with HR, we determined that this was the best title and range for the responsibilities for this office. So I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? All right, I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner May, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Number 2, consider a transfer of $150,000 from the Register of Deeds Technology Fund to the Land Records Fund.
Becky Neosy again. As you know, each year I have the opportunity to transfer funds to the Land Records Fund. These are technology monies that come into our office as we register documents, and it's a portion of filing fees. These monies can be used for equipment or technological services relating to land or property records. And so we have a committee set up to make sure that those are used properly, and we'll recommend those to you this coming March. These will actually be earmarked for the year 2024. We have that set up so that we can plan out in advance. So I'd be happy to answer any questions on that.
Any questions?
No. I'll move for approval.
Okay, I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you, Becky. Next item, please.
Item D, Audit Finance. Number 1, consider approval to purchase chairs and tables for the courthouse jury assembly room at a cost of $42,716.39 from 2022 contingency funds.
Good morning, Betty Griner, Director of Administrative Services. As you know, at our last commission meeting, you approved the plans and the guaranteed maximum price for the courthouse renovation, and that includes a jury assembly room. Back when we budgeted for 2022 and as well as when we budgeted for 2023, we were not certain if we would be able to have that jury assembly room. So since that is in the plans, we're excited about that, and this would be to use contingency funds to purchase the chairs, 120 chairs and tables, 20 tables for that room out of the 2022 contingency funds.
Questions?
None.
Questions?
No.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you. Next item, please.
Item E, Information Technology. Number 1, consider the approval of the request to purchase 11 time clocks from Tyler Technologies for use with ExecuTime time in attendance at a cost of $24,145 to be funded from the Information Technology 2022 budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mark Price, Information Technology. This is a request to purchase new ExecuTime time clocks. These will be replacing the 11 time clocks we already have in use at the county that are used throughout various departments. It makes clocking in and out for employees extremely simplified. They don't have to log into a computer. They can just walk in, swipe a badge, and get about their day. Part of the reason we're having to do this is with newer versions of the ExecuTime, the time clocks we currently have are not supported, so to get to newer versions and keep moving forward, we have to do this. I can answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions? Okay, I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item F, Facilities Management. Number 1, consider approval of a request to change the 2021 cap outlay project courthouse steam trap and AHU repairs modernization fund balance of $75,000 repurposed to be used for any HVAC repairs at the courthouse that are required until the renovation project is able to get the new HVAC system in place.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nelda Henning, Director of Facilities Management. As stated by the clerk, we're wanting to repurpose the funds to keep the courthouse HVAC running until we can get the new system in place. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
I have none.
Okay. All right, I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you. Next item, please.
Item 5, Public Comment.
Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak today? Seeing none, next item.
Item 6, Administrative Communications.
Any administrative communications?
Courtney House, Director of Public Works, is just pleased to inform the commission and the public that effective at the close of business today, Southwest 61st Street will be open to traffic, unrestricted traffic. If you recall, that was our emergency bridge replacement project. Normally, county projects, bridge replacement projects of a standard size take 3 years. This one, we brought a consultant on board early this year, and we're finishing the project in December. That's quite an accomplishment. It takes a lot of luck and help from our partners. Thank you.
Very good.
That's great. Thank you.
Good.
Becky Neosy, Register of Deeds. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank Karen Collins. She'll be retiring in 2 weeks, so you have a chance to go by and say goodbye to her before she does go. But she's offered 45 years of service to Shawnee County. So it's pretty remarkable. She's taught me so much. She goes out the door with a lot of knowledge, so she'll be greatly missed, and I'm very grateful to her. And I'd like to invite all the county employees who'd like to stop by our office on the 16th from 1 to 3 for a little going away party.
Quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, wow, thank you.
Years.
Anyone else? Commissioner Rippon?
Well, I had the opportunity to volunteer at Old Prairie Town for their Victorian dinners. I did that for 3 nights this last weekend. It was good to see a lot of old friends and meet some new people. So it's a good event, and it's a good weekend for football.
Mediocre.
Mediocre. Well, even the Jayhawks, they got a good invitation. They'll be playing the Hogs here soon, so that's good.
All right,
I don't have anything.
okay. Well, we're happy for K-State. A little disappointed in the Chiefs this weekend, though, unfortunately. So I don't have anything else to share, so next item, please.
Executive sessions.
We do not have a need for executive session today, so we are adjourned.